It's time to bump up your drawing skills in 5 minutes a day. Let's get started. We're going to explode our creativity in 5 minutes a day with these 5 tips. Before you get started, make sure and click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when new videos go up. I have a ton, like over 600 creativity videos on my YouTube channel. There's something there for everyone. Let's get started. Tip number 1, get yourself a cheap sketchbook. Something that you are willing to write notes in and practice little ideas, draw patterns. Get yourself a cheap book, not the expensive one that all the big YouTubers are using, because you're not going to want to use it. You're going to say, that's too precious. I won't use it. There's a reason why art students in college, get tons and tons of newsprint or cheap sketchbooks while they're building their skills. Number 2, you want to sample out your tools, whatever you find. I have a kneaded eraser, a mechanical pencil, and a cheap pen. Now, I say cheap pen, this is my favorite pen of all time. It is the Eco pen. It's a cardboard tube with the insert in it. It has a .38 roller ball tip, and the ink flows out like nobody's business. So I want to sample, I want to figure out, how does this work on this paper? Does it bleed through the paper? Let's see. We're going to draw some lines, and we're going to color in some sections. Pretty heavy. I'm going over and over. This is cheap paper. Now, there are some pens that will bleed right through, but this, look at that. Yes, you can see it a little bit. This is a great pen for people who like to do bullet journals on those really inexpensive little bullet journal books with the super thin paper. This is great. Let me see, how does my pencil work on here? Pencil works just fine. This is a mechanical pencil by Zebra. It is the Tech 2-way. The 2-way just means that you can shake it to advance your pencil lead, or you can click it. Test out your paper with the tools you're going to use. Oh yeah, let's see. You can erase on this paper. Some paper is really hard to erase on. Now you can tell where I pressed really hard for my box on the outside. It's not coming off as well. Guess what? Newsflash! You already know how to draw. Did you know that? You do. Because look at this. All of these letters, that's drawing. You are putting your pencil or your pen on your paper, and you are making marks. So look at this. I've got the letter O. And then I've got the letter U. All right, the letter U can be turned around, and you can use it to make your petals. Now, I know this is a very basic little flower, and it doesn't have as much shape to it, but that's okay. What you want to do is start doodling, and you're going to get better with your pencil. You're going to get better with your pen, and you're going to get better with your control. I drew that flower right there. Now, this is a flower that pretty much we all learned to draw when we were little. I've got this basic little flower, and what can I do with that basic little flower? I can take it and change it up. I can still go with my circle in the center, but now I think I'm going to take and put a W or an M. Oh my goodness, what does that make? A W or an M. See, W or an M. Now I've got a cherry blossom. And then put lines coming out of the center of it. See, you already know how to draw because these little lines, those are little letter I, lowercase letter I. Get comfortable with your tools. Tip number 4 is something that's really important. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit for already knowing things. Look at this. You already know how to draw all of these flowers. Let's say we want to draw a little owl. Okay? I like little owls. A little owl is my logo. What's that? A letter U. What's that? A letter V. And another letter V. Okay? And then a letter C going forward, and a letter C going backwards, and a letter O in the middle. Look at this. We have a cute little owl. Just a doodle, but it gives you that confidence to know, hey, I can draw. I can do things like this. I can make fun little pictures. When you doodle and you're learning how to draw things, you have the opportunity to build your skills. Now, we've drawn our little owl from our little alphabet shapes. And tip number 5 is find yourself some references. This came off of Unsplash, and you might look at that and go, oh, that's kind of a tricky picture, isn't it? I still want to doodle it. I want to get some more details that are from the real owl. So let's look at this. We've got that shape that comes down. Now, I'm going to pretend that I know what the rest of it looks like coming down. I'm going to be drawing over things. That's what you do in your sketchbooks. You know, I'm not making a perfect book here. I like when things kind of overlap in my sketchbook. So now I've got his ears. He's got like, and I know they're not ears. He has these extra little tufty bits that kind of stick out. And yeah, I could have drawn that ahead of time. I didn't. And he's got under his chin and it comes around. Now, I'm doodling, so I'm just figuring this out as I go along. But look at that. Even looking at a reference, I see there's a letter W right there. There's a letter V right there. There's his eyeball. And if you look at the reference, the eyeball has several layers of circles. So there's the outside layer, there's the inside layer, and there's the pupil. Okay? And same thing on this side. It's maybe a little squishy. Outside layer, the inside layer. I'm not worried about making it perfect. And his pupil. I can go ahead and color in that pupil. But it's just a letter C going forward and backwards. I mean, look at that. This has got a basis in reality, but it is not realistic. You don't have to be realistic. Now, say I want to make his little ears, the little ear tuft things. his horns go up and be able to see them, I can do that. I can say, oh, I see that he has kind of a fluffy edge. I like that. But I am not, limited by the reference. I am actually freed by having a reference. I like that I can see this little ruffly edge, and he has a bit of a ruffly edge off that side where his other shoulder is. And I'm going to make up what his feathers look like. I don't have to do everything in the reference, but the reference gives me a place to start and a place to work from. And that's what I want you to see. You can use references. Look at it. Look at it really close. That photograph came from a site called Unsplash that gives artists the permission to use the piece in their artwork as a reference. So go get those references. Start building your vocabulary of how things get put together, because that's all I'm doing here. I want you to see 5 minutes a day, just doodle, find a reference, find something in real life. Draw the glue bottle that's sitting on your desk. Look at your roll of tape. Look at that roll of tape and go, oh, well, there's kind of a flattened circle. Okay? And then I see a little bit on the inside of that circle. Right? Then there's a width going around. Oh, look at that. And then down this side over here, it comes down. And down the other side, it comes down. Probably off my paper, but I'm going to fake it. And then this matches up. This is a reference, okay? Use references to make your art what you want it to be. Get our doodle books out. Get your pen out. Have some fun. Relax. Enjoy the time that you spend doing it. And remember, 5 minutes a day, it's all it takes to get better at drawing. Remember to do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I want to see you back here again really soon. Oh, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share, and doodle. We'll see you again soon. Bye.